So let's explore a really powerful idea today. What if the abundance you're searching for isn't something you need to go out and find, but something you already have?
I love this. Think about this for a second. The ocean, it's not trying to be vast, it just is. It's this perfect metaphor for a state of being that isn't about striving, it's just about being full. Let's really hold on to that feeling as we dive into why so many of us feel the exact opposite. Because let's be real, that feeling of not enough is pretty much everywhere, right? It's like this constant low-level buzz in the back of our minds, telling us we need more money, more stuff, more time before we can finally relax or be happy. But what if that whole feeling is just a myth?
Okay, wow, that's a pretty bold statement, isn't it? Most people are wealthy without knowing it. It kind of makes you stop and go, wait, what? It sounds completely backwards, but it's the core idea we're going to unpack. And it forces us to totally rethink what wealth even means.
So how in the world can you be wealthy without knowing it? Well, the secret isn't about the number sitting in your bank account. It's about shifting our entire focus away from accumulation, what we have, to allocation, how we actually use what we have.
And this, right here, is the brand new definition. Wealth isn't some static thing. It's an active, living, breathing force. It's the flow of all your resources. Yeah, your money, of course, but also your precious time, your finite energy, and your focused attention. Where are you pointing all that stuff? That is the true measure of your wealth.
This really breaks it down, doesn't it? The old way of thinking is so passive. Wealth is just a number that sits there. But this new view, it's active, it's empowering. It means your wealth is decided by the choices you make every single day about where your life's energy is actually going. Okay, so this all sounds good in theory, right? But what does it actually look like in real life? Well, to make this super clear, the source material gives us this perfect, relatable little story about what happens when our resources are flowing in the complete opposite direction of what we really want. So picture this woman. What she wants? Well, it's probably something a lot of us can relate to. She's craving freedom, she wants to see new places, feel that spark of inspiration. That's what her soul is really asking for. But then you look at where her wealth, her actual money is going. It's not going towards that freedom she craves. Nope, it's going to clothes she doesn't really need, makeup to cover up what's already beautiful, and nights out that just leave her feeling kind of empty. You see that? There's this huge gap between her desires and where her resources are actually flowing. And this just hits the nail on the head. Her problem isn't a lack of money, not at all. It's a lack of clarity about what truly makes her feel alive. And because of that, she has a total lack of alignment. Her wealth is just misplaced. And get this is the incredible part. If she just redirected the money she's already spending on things that don't really feed her soul, she could easily pay for 2 or 3 amazing trips every single year. Her freedom isn't waiting on some bigger paycheck. It's just waiting for her to make a different choice. Now, it's really important to hit pause for a second and get real. This is not some fluffy fairy tale advice that just ignores real-life responsibilities. For so many of us, there are kids, family, bills, heavy things that are totally non-negotiable. This isn't about pretending those things don't exist.
But even with all those real-world constraints, this quote is just such a powerful shot of hope. It's a belief in our own ingenuity. It's saying, hey, no matter what your situation is, you're creative. And because of that, there is always a way to nudge things in a better direction, even if it's just in a small way.
All right, so how do we actually do that? This is where we get into the practical side of things. If wealth is all about directing our resources, then the way forward is to get super, super intentional about where all that good stuff flows. This slide just lays it out so simply. It comes down to a choice. Every time you spend your money, your time, your energy, you're making a conscious decision. Are you choosing what creates long-term joy, like freedom and experiences, or are you choosing short-term validation, like just fitting in or keeping up appearances? Every single purchase is a vote. Okay, so we've got the big idea, we've seen the story, now it's time to bring it all home. Let's turn the spotlight back on you. The source material ends with a series of really powerful questions for us to think about. So let's start with this one. I want you to really think about it for a second. Where are your resources? Your money, your time, your energy? just kind of leaking away without you noticing. You know that subscription you forgot you had? The 2 hours you spent scrolling last night instead of doing that thing you love? That, right there, is your wealth, hiding in plain sight. Oof, this next one goes even deeper. It's asking us to get honest about the why behind our choices. Are we buying that thing for a quick little hit of approval from other people while spending the very resources that could be building real, lasting joy just for us? And this one, for me, this is the most profound question of all. Just imagine that. What would happen if you operated not from a place of I need more, but from a deep down feeling of sufficiency? How would your decisions change if you truly believed you were already enough? What would you stop buying? And what would you finally give yourself permission to invest in? And that's really what it all comes down to, this final, powerful thought. The abundance you're looking for, it's not out there somewhere in the future. It's not in the next job or the next purchase. The power, the resources, the wealth to create the life you truly want, it's already here. It's already in your hands, just waiting for you to see it, to claim it, and to point it toward what truly matters.